Once again, my beautiful viewers, how are you guys doing this morning? Today's date is May 4th, 2026. I'm actually going to be doing some giving you guys some heads up on a few areas on a global scale where we're actually seeing some big seismic activity in a few places here where I just want to make people be aware of it and just have a heads up on things to because it could get very dicey in a few of these areas, and it could be in the next couple of days, maybe even today. There's a particular area where I always warned a lot in Australia. Sorry, not Australia, New Zealand. Northern part of New Zealand, folks. Okay, it's called. I hope I pronounce it correctly. Auckland. Not far from East Cape, between Auckland and East Cape, New Zealand. That's basically north of New Zealand towards where you find over there, headed towards Fiji out in the water, but it's more towards Kermadec Islands. That's also a section of New Zealand. So the northern part of the main island, New Zealand, towards Kermadec Islands, those small islands out there, that's going towards Fiji and Tonga. So on the coastline of New Zealand, the northern part of it, where you find Auckland and Hamilton, we're seeing pretty decent seismic activity. They actually got hit a 5.1, and also been warning people in that area to basically get ready because something seriously is building up in that part of the world. And I really do believe that something big is going to hit this part of the world where it will trigger some sort of tsunami. And I'm not saying it's going to be a big tsunami, but I really do believe what's happening in this region will send tsunami towards New Zealand, another part of New Zealand, and also Fiji, Tonga. These areas will get some of it too. Fiji and Tonga also seen some big seismic activity here. So, guys, if you're over there in Fiji, Tonga, be very careful. Papua New Guinea, signs of big activity developing in that area, and also Japan and the Philippines too, guys. Japan and the Philippines, stay very, very alert right now. Philippines actually got hit at 6.1 magnitude, and followed by a couple 4.0, 4.4, 4.0 magnitude. But also Japan got hit at 5.7. Not surprised because Japan is actually seeing some pretty big seismic activity at this point, and it's not over with for you guys over there in Japan. Also, going back to Nevada, guys, Nevada, it's not going to stop. There's a section in Nevada I call it's called Silver Springs, Nevada, guys. It's going to get worse. I made a video about it already, explaining to people. People are saying because Air 51 is not that far from these areas, they're saying there's secret research going on. No, it's not a secret research. There's no way a secret research could do that. That's the Earth being the Earth, by the way. And which is a living, breathing organism we live on. And I've done research to know that anywhere between 14 to 40 million years ago, Nevada was just a huge volcano. So they actually have a super volcano eruption in Nevada. And I really do believe the chambers for these ancient extinct volcano happened millions of years ago are still there. So the magma right now is pushing in these chambers, and that's what's causing these seismic activity over there in Nevada. It's because of magma movement. It's called magma intrusion. Magma is being pushed into chambers that haven't been active in millions of years. And this is because of the Pacific plate, folks. The Pacific plate is pushing even more frequent and even at a faster pace now. So where you find the Cascade subduction zone, where one plate is pushing under the other, it's moving. The force is becoming a lot, I would say, lot more stronger in that part of the world. So it's pushing the magma under the mantle, and these magma intrusions, they're happening. Especially over there in Nevada. A lot of these magma is going into these chambers in Nevada. So that's why these swarms of quakes, it's not going to stop because of this magma intrusion. So if you're over there in Nevada, you just have to get used to these seismic activity. It's not going to stop. Actually, I do believe it's going to get worse. And I know I get it. It's a weird place to actually see earthquake and actually a big, pretty decent size earthquake, because a couple of days ago they got hit, maybe 3 days ago, a 5.2 magnitude. That's a big earthquake. So, and again, the Caribbean, our own southern part of Puerto Rico, our own Dominican Republic, and also the British Virgin Islands going to have an uptick of seismic activity. And the reason, also, where you're going to see a lot of seismic activity taking place too is right where you find New Mexico and also Texas. It's going to have an uptick due to the fact that the Craton plate, the North American Craton plate, actually stretched from that part of North American continent all the way up to Nevada. So whatever is happening in Nevada with these seismic activity, it's going to trigger earthquake over there in Texas, because realistically, guys, everything is basically connected. But again, Japan heads up because huge seismic activity is coming your way. Philippines too. You guys got hit a 6.0 magnitude. Papua New Guinea, Fiji, Tonga, and the northern part of New Zealand. You guys are in for it this week for some pretty decent seismic activity, guys. And I see a few of them going over to Indonesia too. So, southern part. So, it's not going to be that bad in Indonesia. Alaska, yeah, typical swarms, but not that big right now this week. So, don't worry too much. But one of the area that I'm keeping my eyes on really is Nevada. I'm just to see how things unfold in the coming future. But what I foresee happening in Nevada in the future, it doesn't look pretty. Um, I really do believe in the coming future, I really do believe we're going to see volcanic eruption on the West Coast. I do believe it will happen in Nevada. I see volcanic eruption happening in Washington State because of Mount St. Helen. I see that erupting. Also, the Cascade subduction zone have chains of volcano sitting along that fault line. And the reason why this is happening in Nevada is because of the Cascade subduction zone, believe it or not, because of the pushing of the plate that's going under the other plate in that area. And this is the area, these are the areas that actually can create 10.0 magnitude or 11.0 magnitude megaquake. Um, in these areas, they're called mega thrust quake, and you do have the potential of basically creating a 100-foot tsunami. And the reason why I know this, guys, is because it actually happened before. In the beginning of the 17th century, they had like, I think it was like a 9.8 magnitude, like 300 years ago, 300 plus years ago. And it happened every 300 years in that location. It's like a cyclical event. And the last time we had it was 320 something years ago. So basically, we are overdue for mega thrust quake close to 11.0 magnitude. And what happened in the beginning of the 17th century, when it did happen at the Cascade subduction zone, it created a 100-foot tsunami, which actually took up the coastline of Oregon, coastline of Washington, even further inland. The water went. It actually took out an entire forest called the Ghost Forest. You could do some research, Google it, and you'll see that what I'm saying is true. And there is a cyclical behavior with this particular area that it goes back 10,000 years ago, which I've actually dug into it. And every 300 years, a 10.0 magnitude earthquake hit that area. And that area is now, we're now past the limit. And so I see the signs of a megathrust earthquake happening in that area because the signs are there. It's in front of us. Look at what's happening in Nevada. It's because of that particular area that can create that megathrust quake. But again, guys, thank you for always watching my video. I do these posts, guys, just to keep you aware because knowing is half the battle. So if you're in these areas that I've listed where you're going to see some big seismic activity, head on a swivel, just stay aware and do some due diligence and figure out what you need in case of a big natural disaster. The stuff that you need to have in your home and what you need to do during a natural disaster, especially an earthquake. So again, take care. Thank you and stay blessed. Ciao.